For years, the advice was simple. Price out of Calgary, move out of town, you will save money. Here is what the July numbers actually show. Chestermere has 6.8 months of supply. That is a deep buyer's market. Okotoks, 30 minutes away, has 2 months of supply, and that is a seller's market. Same region, same week, same data source. Two completely opposite markets. And in one town, prices actually went up this year. By the end of this video, you will know which towns are getting cheaper, which one is getting more expensive, and where the gap with Calgary is closing fastest. All of this comes from the Calgary region report for July 2026, released this August 4th. We are going to walk through Calgary, Airdrie, Cochrane, Okotoks, Chestermere, High River, Strathmore, and Canmore. For each one, I will give you the price, the direction, and the months of supply. Then I will tell you what it means for a real buyer. And near the 7-minute mark, I will show you the single number that tells you whether a commuter town is actually a bargain or just a slower version of Calgary. First, the baseline, because every town gets judged against Calgary. So let's talk about what is happening in Calgary. Calgary's total benchmark price in July was $769,200, down 2% from last year. Months of supply, 3.48. Sales to new listing ratio, 57%. Let me explain that second one. The sales to new listing ratio compares how many homes sold against how many came on the market. Under 40% means supply is building up, 40 to 60% is balanced, and over 60% means demand is winning. Those numbers can guide you in terms of trying to time the market if that is what you want to do. Calgary at 57% is balanced. Hold that number in your head. It is how we score every town today. So let's start with Airdrie. Total benchmark price, $513,300, down 3.9% from last year. Detached homes in Airdrie are $603,100, down about 4.5%. Months of supply, 3.79. Sales to new listings, 56%. And here's what that means. Airdrie prices are falling faster than Calgary prices. Calgary Who Listed Boss says the gap between the two is going back to where it used to be before the boom. So what do? If you were priced out of Calgary and move your search to Airdrie, run the numbers again this month. The savings are shrinking, and you want to be careful, and you also even need a good guide, good agent to help you navigate that decision. Now let's look at Cochrane. That's $575,800, down 1.7%. Detached in Cochrane, $659,400, down almost 4%. The month of supply is 4.2, and the sales to new listing ratio dropped to 46%. That is the number to watch. 46% is below balance. It means Cochrane is building up supply right now, mostly in townhouses and condos. If that keeps going, Cochrane prices have more room to slide. Buyers, that is your opening, and sellers in Cochrane, you just have to list sooner rather than later. You want to watch that number carefully. Let's go to Okotoks. $617,900, down only 1.3%. Detached, $695,700, down about 2%. But look at this, months of supply 2.01, sales to new listings 90%. 90%, 9 homes sold for every 10 listed. Okotoks is the tightest market in the whole region. Sales were up 25% this month. What that means for you is speed. In Okotoks, you don't need to think twice or to think for a week. Good homes go. Get your finances sorted before you shop there. You just have to be ready. If you're a seller, you're at advantage. Chestermere, $706,000, down 2.1%. Detached, $771,900, down nearly 5%. And that is the steepest detached drop in the region. Months of supply, 6.77. Sales to new listing, only 35%. 35% is deep buyer territory. Year-to-date sales are down 18%. So here is the honest read. Chestermere is the most negotiable market around Calgary right now. Buyers ask for more than you think is polite. Sellers, your home must be the best value on the street or it will not sell this year. Now, 3 smaller markets quickly. High River, $508,000, $8,600, down half of 1%. Months of supply 2.64. Sales flat against last year. That's a steady, quiet market. Strathmore, $452,700, up 2.6%. Detached in Strathmore is up 3.5%. It is the only place in the region where detached prices went up this year. Why? Low price and low starting supply. Buyers price out everywhere else found it. And Canmore, $1,110,800, 1.1%. Sales up over 14%. Canmore does not follow Calgary, it follows tourism and second home money. Different markets, different rules. Let us line them all up by month of supply. Okotoks 2.0, High River 2.6, Canmore 3.2, Calgary 3.5, Airdrie 3.8, Cochrane 4.2, Strathmore 4.9, Chestermere 6.8. See what that tells you? The towns south of Calgary are tied, the towns north and east are loose, and there is a reason for that. Calgary is building huge new communities on its south and southeast edge. Those new homes compete directly with Okotoks and Chestermere. Krebs says exactly that. But Okotoks still has almost nothing for sale, so the pressure shows up in prices, not in supply. Chestermere has plenty for sale, so the pressure shows up in both. And here is the number I promise you. It is called the price gap, and it is simple. Take the Calgary detached price, $743,900, then subtract the town price. Airdrie saves you about $141,000. Cochrane saves you about $84,000. Okotoks saves you about $48,000. Chestermere costs you $28,000 more than Calgary. Now, here is the part most people miss. Those gaps are moving. Airdrie and Chestermere are falling faster than Calgary, so their gaps are widening in the buyer's favor. Okotoks is falling slower than Calgary, so its gap is closing. What do you do with that? Do not pick a town on last year's savings. Check the gap this month. Then add your real driving cost, 40 minutes each way, 5 days a week. It's a real number in your budget. If the gap is under $50,000, the commute usually eats the savings inside about 5 years. So what should you actually do? First-time buyers? All right. Airdrie and Chestermere give you the most room to negotiate. Chestermere especially, almost 7 months of supply means you can ask for anything. You can ask for repairs, ask for price cut, and walk away if you don't get it. Sellers in these towns, your competition is not just your neighbor, it is the builder down the road, and it is Calgary itself. And I believe that's the headache for people in Chestermere right now, especially sellers. If you are in Chestermere or Cochrane, priced to be the best value on the market in week 1. Waiting has cost people real money this year. And investors, watch Cochrane. Its sales to new listing ratio just dropped to 46% after being strong all year. That kind of turn often comes before a price move. And newcomers to the region, if you're just arriving in Calgary or you're outside and trying to figure out where to buy or what to do not assume small towns equal cheap. Chestermere and Canmore both cost more than Calgary. Strathmore and High River cost far less. Look at the numbers, not the reputation. Now tell me in the comments, which town are you looking at and what is holding you back? I answer everyone. And if you want the full side-by-side comparison of all 8 markets with the price gaps, send me a text or email and I will send it to you. My number is 413690080. Now you can email conrad@conradagla.com. Now I have a copy of the reports and other tools that can help you make a buying decision or selling decision, and even a full report of this data in the links in the description. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, share, and I will see you in the next video. Until next time, have a beautiful day. Bye.